What's going on, guys? Your boy Maze. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over the best gear set for the brand new Transcendent Bond coming to global this Monday, Tuesday. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the best gear set that I would recommend you guys make if you're going to be using this Bond, and we're going to be discussing the options you can run for him, and in my opinion, what I think is going to be the best gear set. So let's hop into the video. Alrighty, guys. So we have my JP account pulled up. And I wanted to kind of discuss this because I feel like, you know, this character, this Bond, is kind of a toss-up for like what gear set you would want to actually run, because the way he's built, and for a lot of people, they assume he's just like a DPS type character, right? If you guys don't know, Bond has pierce single target on this skill, but he also has an effect which lowers enemy crit chance by 100%. So this card right here, and obviously goes up to 450% of attack, which is pretty good. And then his second skill right here is going to be for every debuff on the enemy, you get 25% extra damage dealt, and then the extra effect here is going to be ×2 crit damage. So you definitely want to be using this skill as a follow-up after this skill. And in his passive, whenever you have that minus 100% crit chance down debuff on the enemy, you're gonna guaranteed crit, so that this card can just do like 1,000,000 damage. So yeah, so obviously his kit is more kind of centered around being a DPS character, but should you run him in that manner? In my opinion, I personally made him an HP defense set. And the reason why I say this, guys, is because a lot of people, I don't think they know how to run Bond, and personally, I like to run him as a supportive type character instead of being the DPS on the team. It's kind of like the same situation with like Light Elizabeth when she came out last year. You know, people were trying to run her as DPS on the team, and honestly, I didn't really see Light Liz as a DPS. She was more of like a supportive type character, so that the other characters on the team do better, which that's what I think Bond likes to do as well. I can pull up GC database here, so you guys can actually read the passive, so you get a better idea of what I'm talking about here. So let me zoom in, and then we can go to Bond. But yeah, so pretty much for his passive here, let me get off my my Bond in game though, because he keeps moving his nunchucks. So yeah, so for the passive in game, grant the hero Domain of Extortion, which if you guys don't know, Domain of Extortion is going to be minus 20% damage taken by the 7 Deadly Sins allies, which is automatically just a supportive type ability. And then when the allies damage when the allies damages enemies, decrease attack related stats of all enemies by 2% for 2 turns, max of 5 debuffs. So you're able to do up to a 10% attack related lower, but each of them are separate attack related debuffs, which is pretty nice, so that you're able to do more damage with Bond, right? And then for every 7 Deadly Sins ally, increase the hero's HP related stats by 5%. When the hero attacks, enemies marked with the mark of concentration, crit damage will be dealt, and when the hero's crit damage is dealt, removes the effect. So pretty much the way it is that for every 7 Deadly Sins ally, Bond is going to be super tanky. You get the HP related stats, and so you kind of want to build off the fact that he's going to be super tanky, and so I like to run him alongside you know, like characters like Queen Diane, and like Ultimate Escanor, because they're characters that can pretty much protect him, so that he can, you know, provide the Domain of Extortion for the team. And obviously the attack related lower, like a lot of people you know, kind of think it's bad, but honestly, even though it is only 2%, like every time you are applying these debuffs, when Bond starts to ramp up and he gets this snipe card off and you just do the card, it's just going to deal a ton of damage regardless. So yeah, I feel like he's just kind of there to be like a little bit of a threat, but also for the fact that, you know, when people see Bond, they're just like, okay, let me just take him out instantly, right? They try to take him out, but Bond is just able to heal everything back with the HP related stats that he gets for the team, and then or for himself from the team, and then he's just going to be super broken, right? So yeah, I think Bond overall, if you were to make him a gear set, probably an HP defense set, but then again, he is like kind of tailor-made to be a DPS, in the sense of like his card is applying the debuff, and then you want to follow up with the snipe card so that you deal a ton of damage. And then for his ultimate, obviously, you know, obviously the higher dupe you get, the better. And his ultimate is just absolutely insane. It has power strike and then kind of like a resonance effect with the like debuffs on the enemy. So very good character overall, but my recommendation for the general player base, if you're going to use him, is probably just HP defense. And a lot of you guys already probably have an HP defense set because of Purgatory Bond too, so I think it actually works pretty well, because you'll have a HP defense set for Purgatory Bond and for the new Bond as well. So it's kind of just like easier on you, so you make less gear sets as well. But it is just nicer as well. And I think overall, like lately, a lot of like newer characters have been run on HP defense, right? Exclusively for PvP. Like if you're running in PvE, then definitely attack crit damage. But if you're running him in PvP at all, then definitely an HP defense set would be the way to go, right? So yeah, this is like the team I would run in terms of like gear sets and stuff too. HP defense Bond, HP defense Diane, and then attack crit damage ultimate SR with my SR Elizabeth backline HP defense. So this is kind of like a team that I would run here, and the gear sets that I would be using, because if I was running attack on Bond, he'd probably die turn 1, if anything, right? So you kind of want him to tank a little bit, and also for the fact that he's going to get that HP related stats from the team, so he's going to be super crazy with his lifesteal. He's just going to be lifestealing like his whole health bar every time he attacks, which is very nice, right? So yeah, overall, I would say an HP defense set for PvP. If you're running on PvE though, I wouldn't be opposed to an attack crit set. But the only thing is with Bond in PvE is that there's not too much content in PvE where you want to have, or where you're able to apply debuffs on the enemy, right? Which is definitely a detriment, I think, for Bond. Like, if I was to take him into Demonic Beast, I don't think he's going to perform too well, just for the fact that we cannot debuff the enemies for his snipe card to do a lot of damage. But he does have double single target. You know, he is light attributes, so that could maybe be a use on some of them, but I'll have to obviously test that out when he comes out on global. But overall, HP defense, and then you can have an attack crit set if you use him in PvE at all. But overall, I think HP defense will be the set to go. It's kind of like the Purgatory melee idea, where like for Purgatory melee, running him in PvP, you straight up just run HP defense. If I can find him. Oh, right here. Yeah, you straight up just run HP defense just because the guy is like super insane, and the fact that you want him to stay alive, right? The longer Perk melee stays alive, the more secure your team is, really, right? So having him stay alive, and obviously Bond staying alive longer on the Sins team is going to be very important too, so that you can keep applying those attack related lowers on the enemy, and also you getting that 20% damage reduction as well for the 7 deadly Sins character is going to be very good alongside that. So yeah, guys, I guess we could do like a test match in PvP as well with my HP defense, just so you guys can kind of get an idea of like how it works. But yeah, let's hop in and let's do one match here just to show you guys kind of what Bond's capable of, and then yeah, we'll wrap up the video after that. So let's hop in. Alright, so we're hopping into the match here, guys. We got a Goddess team, okay. We are going to be going second here, but that's okay. The one thing is, like, Goddess team is definitely the team that you don't want to face with Bond, just for the fact that his attack related lowers are kind of useless. I mean, they're not like too much of an attack related lower anyway, because the max you're going to be able to get is 10%. So it's not like a super crazy attack related lower or anything like that, but you know, it would be nice to be able to apply it on Goddess team, but you can't. That's a little bit unfortunate. So yeah, he's gonna buff up and then do the mile AoE single target. That's fair. Let's see who he goes for though. Who's really gonna be the target? I'm assuming Bond. Okay. You see how much damage he does to Bond right there, right? It's not like a super crazy amount. If I was on attack crit, probably would have died right there, right? And then because we have the red SR Elizabeth backline, we do heal up a lot back. And then we can kind of stance up with Diane and draw damage away from Bond now, right? So we're kind of running a team that's like kind of reminiscent of like a standard demon team, right? You have like a taunt unit with like Chandler. For me, it's Diane. We have Purgatory Bond being like kind of like the Festival Esterosa, and then Esrar being the main DPS, right? Like Purg melee. So yeah, let's do the single target right there. We'll also do the minus 100% crit chance right there. But it's obviously not going to work on Goddess team because they can't be stat lowered, but it is available. But yeah, that's kind of like the thought process of the team, right, guys? It's more of like you're running this team because it's a really good Sins team, right? It's going to be a really good option. So yeah, we applied the debuffs right there. Yeah, let's see what we can do on this second turn. As long as the Mile doesn't have like triple AoE or something, I should be okay. But he does have cleanse, it looks like. Yep. So that's gonna be fine. He's gonna get a heal too. That's another unfortunate thing too. He's gonna get the heal. So he's gonna go for the AoE with Mile right there, and then I assume single target, right? Or AoE with Lady Elizabeth. Okay, fine. Yeah, so Bond took a lot of damage right there. They get the heal from Lady Elizabeth, right? We're gonna heal back from the SR Elizabeth backline, and then I'm just gonna go for ultimate on ultimate Escanor then, right? Because this is a situation where we can definitely get it. So we'll go for the AoE. We'll go for the single target. And then we can do, yeah, I guess we could do like Diane single target follow up as well. Maybe we can kill that Margaret. If we can kill the Margaret, then it pretty much we win the match because there's nothing you can really do. So we'll do the single target right there. Right. And then it's not going to do a too much amount of damage, but maybe Diane kills. Crazy Russia. Oh, close. We have ultimate with ultimate Escanor. Should be a kill from here. But let's just see, right? Yeah, you guys can see it though. Bond's mainly there just to give the damage reduction and have the attack related lowers, man. You don't really want to be using Bond to be doing a ton of damage, especially if you have him on HP defense. He's at that point he's going to be the support. But it's just the same situation, guys, as like Festival Esterosa, right? When he came out, he was a DPS, but after like over time, he became a support type character, right? But that's more of like my thought process on the character versus like, you know, the way people think about him. They kind of want to think about him as like a DPS, but that's exactly what Festival Esterosa was when he came out, right? He was a DPS type character. So yeah, and then over time people were like, oh, okay, he's a, you know, he's a support. So, you know, I would say overall, like, that's just the way you should be thinking about it, is that he's mainly a supportive type character versus like a DPS. But yeah, it's kind of like the new, like a new Sins team, right? We have the Taunt, you have the Festival Esterosa kind of copy being the Bond, and then you have Esnor being the Purgatory melee of the team, pretty much, right? The main DPS. So that's overall like what my thought process was making this team, guys. It's kind of just the new Sins team, man. And yeah, I think overall running Bond on HP defense on a team like this suits him really well, right? Because he's supporting the team, giving the damage reduction. He's also giving the attack related lower on the enemy. So overall, it's not too bad, right? But yeah, we're just gonna kill him right here, just so he doesn't get the this is how he doesn't get his ultimate off. So we'll single target him with ultimate Esnor here. But yeah, so yeah, man, overall I think that's how you should be running Bond for sure. Have him be the Esterosa quote unquote of the team, not the Purgatory melee of the team. If you guys get what I mean, right? That's mainly my thought process for it. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.